Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the CHALL. Now, Newport County is where Doncaster Rovers will be going next. I am making the trip up. It's like, what, a 5-6 hour journey from Doncaster to Newport, which is going to be very fun. Very, very fun. God damn you, Doncaster. Newport away on Saturday is going to be very, very fun indeed. Please do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to this YouTube video. Let's get into this little preview. So, Newport right now have won the last 3 league games. They're unbeaten in the last 6, as far as I'm aware, under their new boss, Graham Coughlin. Now, Graham Coughlin is someone that was considered for the job here when Gary McSheffrey got sacked. I believe he was considered when Richie Wellens got sacked, or was one of the names mentioned when Richie Wellens got sacked. He was in the pipelines for a little while, but obviously he's at Newport now, and, you know, Graham, for me, looks like he's done a good job. Newport, even though they're 18th right now, they're on a good run of form. Can't take them with any kind of liability or anything like that. They are a good team. They can be a good team. They've got our old striker, for God's sake. As soon as you see a former player come up against Rovers, you could be in for a bad day, because he will curse you like the witches from bloody Hocus Pocus. They're going to curse you. So Omar Bogle could be a big curse for us on Saturday. They've got some other good players in there as well. Overall, the team looks like it's flowing a bit in the league and picking up a bit of momentum here. So, like Walsall, I did say don't underestimate Walsall. They're on a good run of form. They've got a good manager. They're going to be up for it. They're one of the most informed sides in the league right now, Walsall, and they continued that after the defeat. Yeah, no comment about that. But Newport, like I said, they're in good form in the league, and they are focusing on the league right now and just trying to get a respectable finish in the table. I don't think Newport will be in the promotion mix, but I think they'll get a respectable finish. I don't think there's going to be any kind of relegation trouble for me personally. I think Coughlin's doing a good job with them, and I think that probably will continue going into the January window and going into the final stretch of the season as well. Now, what about us going into the match? Well, I think, and you know what, it's very, very hard to say this, because I do respect the fan base. The fan base has some good qualities about it. There are some bad qualities about it, as does every fan base, but there are some good qualities about the fan base. However, for me personally, I think us as fans, in terms of, take the boardroom side of it away, take the sort of board in, board out debate out of it, focus on the pitch. Schofield needs at least 3 transfer windows to get exactly what he needs. If the board don't back him across these 3 transfer windows, it's a completely different story, and we're well in our mind and well within our rights to complain about it to the board, because it's like, if you don't back the manager over the next 2 or 3 windows, it's like, what's the point in bringing him in if you're not going to back him? So if they don't back him, we've got every right to complain to the board, but focus on the pitch right now. Should the performances like Walsall, Colchester, Kings Lynn, when we go into it with not enough effort, not enough fight or desire or passion, not enough determination or attacking mindset, and just laze about and go through the motions and collect a wage every week? No, we shouldn't be doing that. However, and this is a big however, I think while Schofield builds, I don't think we should be walking into every game thinking we're going to win. And you know, that's not me telling fans what they should and shouldn't do, because it's up to them what they predict. But me personally, I'm not going to go into every single game and predict that we're going to win. Harrogate, for example, I think we may have a chance of winning that. Personally, because I think Harrogate's not on the greatest run of form right now. They're not in the greatest position in the table right now, and they're going to be in a more vulnerable position. But saying that, it is Doncaster Rovers. We are one of those teams that likes to give vulnerable positions a better game. That's just what we've done the past couple of years at least. Harrogate could still be tough. They could still have some fight about them. Simon Weaver will want to come and prove a point. But definitely games like Walsall, definitely games like Colchester, definitely games like Newport. On paper, when you looked at Colchester's position, it was bottom against one of the sides like, what, 3, 4, 5 points away from the playoffs. People would have chosen the playoff side on paper. But Colchester were getting their act together. We were going to their ground. We were always going to be in trouble in that game, because if we sat back and just walked into it thinking, oh, we'll batter this lot and we'll batter this lot, we will get surprised. And I'm sick of having a squad that has that mindset sometimes, of just going in thinking we can beat everyone. We've got to have some humility about us. We've got to have some fight about us and wanting to give 110% each and every week. Carl Hurst came in the press this week and wasn't angry about being dropped for the last game. I think he was sort of not really admitting it, but or sort of being submissive to it. I think he was sort of being respectful with it, and I like that from Kyle Hurst, and I like that from Schofield as well, being respectful in the reasons why. And to be honest with you, I did agree with the press conference. I think he was dropped at the right time. I think when you look on it, even though I would like to have seen Hurst start, I think you look back on it and think, hang on a second, maybe it was the right time, because the last few games, Hurst wasn't doing what he was doing at the start of the season, which is putting in top performances. He was putting in okay to average performances, but nothing too extraordinary. So I think it was the right time to drop Kyle Hurst and sort of see what's going on. I think we need Kyle Hurst back in that side on Saturday. We absolutely need to give him that pace, give him that technical ability, take defenders on. Now, one player I do not want to see start in that game on Saturday is Rosean Williams, and it is nothing against the guy personally, because I think there was times this season where he looked like our most improving player from last season. After that Walsall game and the odd errors here and there in other games as well, I don't think he's done enough to start. I think Oluwu should be starting that game. I think Long should be coming back into that team as well. Talking of players coming into the team, I'll share with you the predicted lineup that I've got for this game right now. I've gone with Mitchell in goal. I've gone with Maxwell and Noyle as the wing backs on the left and right side respectively. I've gone with Long at left centre back. I've gone with Oluwu on the right side. I've gone with Anderson as the centre back. So a centre back three of Long, Anderson and Oluwu from left to right respectively, and then Maxwell on the left wing back role and Noyle on the right wing back role. What have I gone for in the midfield? Well, I've gone with Harrison Biggins, and I've also gone with Ben Close, and I've gone with Tommy Rowe. Now, and this is my thinking behind it. Even though I'd like to see Kyle Hurst start on Saturday, and it did take me a little while filming this to think about it and sort of toss up between the two. Yes, Kyle Hurst was dropped for the last game after a few not top-notch performances, but sort of okay performances or average performances or satisfactory performances. I feel like Kyle Hurst may need to come on for that last half an hour when Newport potentially start to tire, and give him a bit more legs and a bit more energy, and give us a bit more attacking threat, if you like. So I think Kyle Hurst is probably the one to come off the bench for Newport, and I would set it up as a 3-4-1-2, and the reason why I would go with that is because it's very clear Danny Schofield likes to play three at the back. Everyone's crying out for two people up front. If you put Rowe in that attacking midfield role, in that number 10 role, he can then move freely with the space either side of it. You have Close and Biggins as the pivot behind him, and you have Noyle and Maxwell as the wing backs who can bomb forward and bomb behind them as well. And then up front, people might be surprised about this because you know how much I like Max Waltman, but I'm going to go with George Miller and Kieran Agard starting. And the reason why I'm going with them is because Waltman had a chance against Walsall. Yes, he didn't have much service, but there wasn't enough of a threat there for me. So I think Waltman needs to come back onto the bench and then burst off the bench for that last 20-30 minutes and give some more energy in attack when Agard starts to tire or Miller starts to tire. So Agard and Miller for me will go up front. Agard's the experienced guy, Miller is the front man. So Agard maybe sitting a bit deeper behind Miller as the kind of service provider of the two strikers, and then Miller as your sort of real advanced forwards, and then obviously Agard sort of dropping back a little bit as you kind of poach, just sitting behind Miller a bit, but not too far behind Tommy Rowe, if you know what I mean. I don't want to see Tommy Rowe playing up front and Agard playing in the attacking midfield. That'd be ridiculous. But I want to see Agard just sitting a little bit behind Miller, but still in front of Rowe by a considerable distance in the 3-4-1-2. So what about the scoreline then? I'm going with a 1-1 draw. And I think a 1-1 draw probably could be the scoreline if we turn up, because Newport are still on form. They could still do something to us, and we have not been keeping a lot of clean sheets recently, so I think it has the makings of a 1-1 draw personally. That is going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, and for now, I'm the CHALL. See you in Newport. Ta-ra for now.